If you're anything like us, sometimes you look at competition and you're like, oh no, there's competition, right? Like you get scared, you get anxious, you're not sure what to do with it. Well,
Yeah.
we want to flip that a little for you and make you realize that your competition is in fact proof it can be done. I'm Jacqueline, this is Mina, and we are the co-hosts and co-founders of The Product Boss and The Product Boss Podcast. And we're going to talk a little bit about competition in this video and how we can reframe our mindset around it.
Yeah, I think a lot of it has to do with that you need to reframe it for yourself and look it through a different lens because you need to be able to move forward, right? Sometimes we get stuck in the fact that, oh my gosh, there is competition, right? You can't help yourself but feel a certain way and you have that response. But then you take a pause and you reframe it for yourself. And what else does that also mean?
Right. So, when Henry Ford was creating the car, I'm going to a car analogy because this is probably the craziest thing. But when they were creating the car, right, and there was competition there, it was like the competition drove companies as they were innovating to do better, to innovate, to do more. So without our competition, if we were just, existing in a vacuum without it, what would be that driving force to innovation? So imagine your business, right? Like not only is this competition proving to you that it can be done, you can invent a car that goes, right? No more horse and buggy. Then cut to, well, what else can be done? If both people are coming out with a car, what's going to make your car different, right?
Yeah.
And I would say Ford is a good example of that. So it's that competition is healthy.
Yeah,
right.
It is healthy, and there's a customer for every version of what that looks like. So there's Ford drivers, there's Chevy, there's
Ferrari.
Jeep. Yeah, there's Ferrari. Yeah, it's like I'm trying to think of every type of car I can think of, but. The thing is that when you think about competition, it's hard to reframe it for yourselves initially because you think that there's only certain customers, that those customers have to pick and choose. But the reality of it is that there's plenty of customers out there for all of us. There's plenty of customers that buy multiple cars. There's plenty of customers that love different things about different car dealers.
She likes minivans and I like SUVs, right? And she'll convince me all day, every day why a minivan is so amazing, which it is. And I'll tell you all day why it doesn't fit me. So guess what? 2 different companies sold 2 different cars.
But the thing is, we actually have an SUV and a minivan, right? So really thinking about, you know what? That's just proof that there's a customer for everybody. It takes a little bit of reframing because it's hard to move forward in a business when you're always having your eyes on the competition. But it also kind of elevates you too to think in a different standard and how can you innovate and how can you stand out from your competition. But also proof that there is sales, that there is a market there for all of us to be a part of.
Right. So what we want to know from you is, do you believe us? So leave it in the comments, right? That the competition is proof, right? So say yes, proof, or you know what, it's competition. So I'd love to see proof or competition in the comments below. And if this video was helpful or funny, since we know nothing about cars, please share it with someone else. We want to continue to help as many of you grow that dream business of your dreams.